When was the last time someone truly worked to earn your attention, time, or respect? We often find ourselves in a world that subtly teaches us to chase others, to prove ourselves in our relationships and workplaces, and to seek validation. But what if the key to being valued lies not in the pursuit, but in becoming someone worth pursuing? Imagine yourself as someone who stands unshaken, who lives by principles, someone who embodies a magnetic calm, creating a presence so powerful that people are drawn to you without you lifting a finger. Why let them chase you? You've probably encountered people who walk into a room and immediately all eyes are on them. These people aren't always the loudest or most assertive. Instead, they carry an air of mystery, a quiet assurance. This power to captivate without trying, to inspire curiosity rather than demand attention, can be cultivated. And it's rooted in an unusual yet powerful blend of Stoicism and dark psychology, two realms of thought that, when combined, enable you to draw others in rather than push them away. Think of it as the art of magnetic self-discipline, a set of principles that encourages others to recognize your worth, often before you've even said a word. The Stoic way, commanding attention through presence and discipline. The ancient Stoics, Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, were known not for chasing fame or favor, but for living by unbreakable values. They focused on internal power, mastery over their reactions, unwavering commitment to principles, and the ability to remain calm in adversity. But they didn't do this because they sought attention. Instead, their commitment to self-mastery naturally attracted others who were in awe of their strength. Consider a friend of mine who, after a rough breakup, decided to commit fully to self-growth rather than diving back into the dating world. He found strength in the works of Marcus Aurelius, learning to detach from the need for external validation. His presence changed. No longer someone who sought approval, he became someone deeply centered and self-sufficient. Soon enough, people were asking him for advice, drawn by this almost magnetic shift. People became curious about him, intrigued by the calm power he exuded. This principle is simple. Focus on mastery over yourself, not over others. It's the paradox of influence. By caring less about impressing others and more about fulfilling your own standards, you ultimately become someone people want to know. There's a catch, though. This isn't just about being passive. It's about being actively committed to becoming the kind of person people gravitate toward. 1. The power of silence. Let actions speak louder than words. Words are often cheap, but actions are golden. In today's fast-paced world, where everyone seems to be promoting themselves and their achievements, maintaining a quiet confidence speaks volumes. Why? Because silence leaves space for mystery, an element of intrigue that words often dilute. Imagine a scenario. Two colleagues join your team. One constantly voices their opinions, while the other, let's call him Ben, works steadily, speaks only when necessary, and focuses intently on his tasks. At first, Ben seems distant, but as time passes, people notice his unwavering work ethic, his calm demeanor in high-pressure situations, and his silent dedication. By the end of the year, he's not just respected, he's admired. And here's the thing, people want his input because he's not always offering it freely. His silence created an allure that others couldn't ignore. In dark psychology, this is known as a form of mystique, an element of attraction rooted in the unknown. By exercising selective silence, you invite curiosity. People want to know what you think, what you feel, who you are beneath the surface. To cultivate this, practice speaking only when you have something valuable to add, and leave room for others to interpret your thoughts. This restraint creates a natural pull, a space people want to fill with their curiosity. 2. Don't beg for respect. Command it through unshakable values. There's a difference between someone who demands respect and someone who commands it. While the former may achieve momentary admiration, it often fades as people detect the underlying insecurity. The latter, however, inspires lasting reverence through unwavering values. I once had a mentor in my early career who embodied this principle. He was never the type to seek validation, promotions, or approval from higher-ups. Instead, he quietly adhered to a set of core values: integrity, commitment, and responsibility. During high-stress situations, when others panicked or sought shortcuts, he remained resolute. His value system was his guide, and because of this, people respected him naturally. He didn't have to ask for it. It was simply given. For yourself, begin by identifying the values that resonate with you, perhaps integrity, kindness, self-discipline, or courage. Whatever they are, uphold them with every choice and action. Over time, people recognize and respect those who don't compromise on their principles, who lead by example. Instead of conforming to others' expectations, become the kind of person who lives so authentically that respect follows you. 3. The Art of Strategic Detachment, Embracing Emotional Resilience. People often chase what they can't have. One of the most powerful ways to draw others toward you is by practicing emotional detachment, not from a place of indifference, but from a place of inner strength. The Stoics believed that emotional resilience, the ability to navigate life without becoming over-attached, made them stronger and, in turn, more attractive as individuals. In relationships, whether personal or professional, this means valuing yourself enough to step back rather than chasing approval. Imagine someone you admire who carries a calm independence. Think of their ability to enjoy time alone, to pursue their goals without validation. By embracing this emotional resilience, you signal to others that while you may care deeply, you're not dependent on their approval. You become someone whose peace comes from within, a trait that others find magnetic because it implies a level of self-respect and stability that's rare. One way to start is to pause before responding emotionally to things beyond your control. Think of it as training your emotional muscles. Over time, this detachment won't feel forced. It'll feel freeing. And as you master this, people will notice that you're not easily shaken, that your mood doesn't hinge on others' opinions or actions. This inner calm creates respect because it's grounded in self-mastery. 4. Enigmatic Consistency. Being predictable in your values, mysterious in your plans. Consistency and mystery may seem contradictory, but together they create a powerful allure. Consistency in your values, how you treat people, what you stand for, and the quality of your work, grounds you as a reliable figure. But keeping certain aspects of your life private, such as your future plans or personal challenges, adds an element of mystery. Take a personal example. A friend of mine, who also happened to be a talented artist, rarely spoke about her creative process. While she'd share her artwork, her inspiration, techniques, and future projects remained largely private. People admired her work and her commitment to growth, but her creative journey was her own. This combination of reliability in character and mystery in her personal process made her an incredibly captivating presence. Everyone wanted to know more, but only a few did. Try this balance for yourself. Stay consistent in your values, but don't feel compelled to share every detail of your life with others. This unpredictability in your plans makes you intriguing, while your values make you trustworthy. 5. Value selectivity. Over-affection, the power of few and far between. Lastly, one of the most potent ways to inspire others to chase you is by practicing selective affection. This doesn't mean being cold. It means choosing who receives your energy, attention, and care. In a world of endless communication, those who choose to invest their time selectively create an undeniable draw. Think of someone in your life whose attention you genuinely value. Chances are they don't offer it freely to everyone. Their care is special because it's not something they give to all. If you want to cultivate this same allure, choose your interactions wisely and be mindful of how much time you spend with others. People naturally value what's scarce, and by valuing your own time and energy, you communicate that others should too. When you start embodying these principles, something incredible happens. People no longer see you as someone to be overlooked or taken for granted. Instead, they view you as someone to be respected, someone whose time, energy, and presence are worth pursuing.